Oh, bother.
Hello my friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Yin Yang, and today we are back once again in the old world playing out our Reikland campaign. Now, in the comments in my first video, I had a comment that suggested that I kind of take things back a little bit to more explaining how our leaders, our characters in these scenarios come to the decisions that they do, why we make the moves that we do, and not so much because it's the smart thing gameplay wise. Because we are playing a thematic campaign, I do agree with that. We should be, well, kind of explaining, kind of going through the motions of why these characters are doing these things. Otto Kross is a self-serving, kind of a jackass character. Of course, when he's near the Emperor, he's going to do what the Emperor says, but the further away he gets from the Emperor, the more he's going to try and carve out his own little fiefdom, because he thinks that he has earned that through his years in service. Emperor Karl Franz is just and right, although he will commit evil in the name of doing what he believes is just and right. And that's kind of a paradox in and of itself. The other characters that we introduce later on will do things for their own certain reasons as well, and you know, that'll go out to different settlements, different lords, different heroes, and we'll try and work all that into some kind of overlying narrative. So let's actually talk about that narrative just a little bit, and we're going to tab out so that we can talk about it. When we started, Altdorf, or more specifically, the South Bank was the only province, or settlement, excuse me, that was directly available to us. The reason being was that Karl Franz had found in his wisdom that he did not need to govern a city directly at this point. He did not need to govern the whole of Altdorf, and so he put operations in the hands of, excuse me, Adalbert von Bogenberg. Now, Adalbert is a character who is, and let me just double check my notes here so I don't get this one wrong. Adalbert is basically the steward of Altdorf. His actual position has a different name. I believe it's Chancellor of the Reich or something like that. But regardless, he is the Lord Steward, and he oversees Altdorf itself. So giving the north and east ends to him, that actually made sense. South Bank was a military base for which from which Karl Franz could operate out of. Now, that being said, we also have to talk about what's going on with our rebels. As I kind of alluded to in the Battle of Castle Graumberg, there is something afoot here, something more going on under the surface, and it reasons to believe that there could be some kind of other influences that are driving our rebels, who were otherwise loyal soldiers to Karl Franz's father, to otherwise rebel and leave their responsibilities flapping in the wind. As you can see here, and flapping in the wind is probably not the best way to put that, but as you can see here, Helmgart has fallen to greenskins. Why would the Lord of Helmgart allow his fortress to fall to greenskins so that he can fight the Emperor? That is something that we will discover as we continue on. During the invasion that allegedly came through Helmgart, the greenskins have also captured the city of Eilhart and had captured the city of Schilderheim, which we have just liberated. Not just that, they have gone so far as to get all the way up to Erlach, which is in the south of Kleinland, which is Marienburger territory. So our issues here have led not only to our own troubles, but have also caused issues with the Marienburgers as well. Whether that's to our advantage or not, could be up for debate. But we definitely have let the ball slip out of our hands on that one. Now, speaking of Karl, he is making ready to attack the city of Ubersreik. He is going to try to bring it down before the scattered forces of Reinhard von Mackensen can return and refortify the city. The last thing that we need is another huge battle. We have other matters to attend to. Now, back out to the main map, as you can see, the Drakewald is starting to collapse in. We have rumors of rat-type beastmen skulking about in the Manor Moor, and possibly having something to do with the disappearance at Grossfjord. We know that there are the Greenskins, the Forest Goblins of the Black Pit tribe. They have seized control of the Valley of Many Eyes. Obviously, that has not been in our hands in quite some time, but we also have beastmen under the Warherd of the One Eye that have started to carve out Midland and even apparently laying siege to Middenheim itself, something that we're going to have to wrestle with. Down south, things are a little bit more put together. Wissenberg is under the direct rulership of vampire counts who have declared themselves. They had almost pushed the people of Wissenland to the brink, as they had even invaded the city of Nuln. How they took control of so much of Nuln is up to debate, but that is something that we will have to once again investigate. Now, we have received reports from Solland, not directly from the people of Solland, but that there is a that there is possibly a Tzeentchian cult that has taken refuge within Solland and could be behind the Elector Count's decision to pull away from the Empire officially. Now, he has not declared open hostilities, but he has exited out from under our influence, and that's something that we're going to have to deal with as well. As to the mystery of why the Tomb Kings have moved into the lower parts of Altdorf, or not Altdorf, Averland, we are still not sure. That will take more investigation. And then moving up into the Moot, for some reason we have we have an ogre tribe under the moniker Feastmaster that have taken over the Moot, and that's something we're going to have to deal with as well. I don't believe the other Elector Counts are going to deal with it, as they have their hands full. For example, Sturland is still dealing with an incursion from Sylvania under the Tempelhof vampires. Finally, we have Talabecland, which is having some troubles of its own. They have lost communication with multiple settlements across the Kostla Hills, and things are still not looking very good up in the north, as the people of Ostland are fighting with a vampire presence of their own. And actually, finally this time, the people of Ostermark do appear to be holding out, but things are against them, as we're receiving reports of trees coming to life and slaughtering entire villages. So that is the state of the Empire as it stands right now. And let's get back into focus.
As is my right by Sigmar's crown. Now,
so we do have some unassigned skills for Otto Kross. After that last battle, he did not really get his hands dirty, so we're not going to go down his personal tree. What we are going to do is give him this Master of Battle trait that is going to give him +5 leadership, because he does feel very full of himself after that. We're also going to give him the battle drill skill, which is going to help his army out a lot. Whether he is a selfish a selfish gentleman or not, you can't deny that he is getting those results. And then finally, brass lunged, because once again his victories, I don't believe he's faced any defeats, at least in this campaign. His victories have spurred his troops to achieve greater things and believe in him, even if they don't really like his leadership style. So that being said, we can't do really any more recruiting because we are going to be running into a financial deficit. Even though Otto Kross would like to, his request is going to be denied by Albert von Bogenberg, who is sitting over control of our financial situation at this point. Now let's take a look at Luther Flamestrike before we close out this turn. We're going to go ahead and increase his strength, give him that flaming sword of ruin after watching his troops struggle in the last battle of Castle Grauberg. He wants to be able to assist his troops even more than slinging a fireball. So other than that, we do have a couple commandments available. So for this commandment, we are seeing some deficit going on here as a result of our supposed confederation. We're going to go ahead and influence by hosting a festag to celebrate the victories that we have achieved. And then I believe we have another commandment available in the Reikland Forest. For here, we are still taking pretty deep cuts, and that is going to be from our conquest and the general provincial instability. So for this province, even though hosting a festag might be the smartest thing to do, what we're going to do is we're going to work on getting some more troops out. Even though that's not the absolute most necessary thing at this juncture, we do need to work on getting more troops out. So okay, so under Moorsleep's glare, the name of our last episode. That's funny. So your warriors range deep into hostile lands, but not all is well. There are dark omens abroad, as if the shadow of some horned god was watching from the evil moon above. The army is fettered by Moorsleep's glare. So the army is going to be scared about the situation with Moorsleep becoming more prominent. This was pretty obvious in the Battle of Castle Grauberg. However, we're going to risk Moorsleep's wrath. The reason being is that Karl Franz believes that we can't kneel to these superstitions, right? There is only one god, and that is Sigmar. There is only one god for Reikland, excuse me, and that is Sigmar. We will not bow to Moorsleep or the horned god that is watching from above. So whether that's good or bad, we'll find out. Okay, so it is going to be bad. The glower of Moorsleep. So Moorsleep, the dreaded moon of ill omens, hangs mournfully large in the sky. Its sickly green glow spreads across your realm, a portent of death and dismay. So that kind of just leans into what we were talking about. We are going to have -3 control. We're going to have -20 growth. And all while we're partying and hosting a festag. That is going to unnerve some people, but we're still in pretty good shape. Okay, so we did get a new mission. Hero becomes a legend. We'll just continue to work on that with Ludwig Schwarzhelm. And finally, it is time to begin the siege at Ubersreik. Reinhard von Mackensen has come back, as well as Hans Frankenfurter. We're not going to be able to attack it outright. We're going to have to besiege the settlement. So we'll just hold tight right here. And it does look like we have some dwarfs that have besieged the city of Eilhart, which means that Otto is not going to be able to make his move. As much as we would like to help them, or as much as we would like the assistance in taking Eilhart, that is not something that we can afford to do right now. We're not going to be able to abandon our, or we're not going to be able to assist the dwarfs in the taking of Eilhart. Even Karl Franz would say no to that. So if they take it, they take it. It's going to be unfortunate for us because we're going to have to find a way to purchase it back. But we're not going to assist them in the taking of that.
Soak right off!
Which does mean that our forces are freed up to possibly go after Helmgart, but we probably should be trying to pursue these greenskins out here. So that's what Otto Kross is going to do, try to win some more glory for himself.
On march!
And maybe get a little bit of extra recruitment in as well. What are we short on? I think what we could do is get rid of these halberdiers, have them fold into the garrison, and then we'll grab a few more Reikland spears and another unit of archers. And I believe that's going to be all that we can really get done right this second. And we'll once again call it a turn.
Fight for our neck.
Okay.
Men, we must attack.
And we're back. Now, during the intern, and we'll come back to this mission issued in just a moment, Otto Kross was confronted by the entirety of the Greenskin tribe, led by Vish Venombarb. We did not realize that he was so close by, and so Otto has been forced to pull back. He is going to retreat back to Schilderheim, excuse me, and try and get that recruiting done again. Now, further afield, back in Tom, we do need to work on some of our, well, structures here. So what we're going to do first is take a look at our economy. We could invest in fields around the city, or we could invest in a tap room. That tap room is going to increase our control in the area. And, you know, the guys need a good drink. Now, this city is not under anyone's direct control at this moment. So these orders are going to be coming out from Reikland. Or not from Reikland, but from Altdorf. And they are going to invest in that tap room. It gives people a nice stop on their way out to Ubersreik to reinforce Karl, or coming from Tom to reinforce at Schilderheim, excuse me.
Ulrich's will.
And Karl is going to hold on one more month before making his assault and try to reason somewhat with Reinhard von Mackensen. Whether that's going to be successful or not, I would assume it's probably not going to be. But they could decide to quit the field altogether, even though that would be incredibly disadvantageous for them.
Yes, my lord. To battle! What does the Emperor bid?
And I didn't really talk about this before, but Adalbert is actually a pretty old guy. Older than this, even. So what we're going to do is we're going to change his model to reflect that. I think this is probably a good one. Let me just double check. Yeah. And guys, if you're ever wanting to have this much variety, I would definitely suggest checking out Snake's extra variants. He adds quite a few models for quite a few different races. And once again, that is going to bring us to the end of our turn. And it looks like we have uncovered a ambusher in the form of Taurox. He is not going to be ambushing out here, but if rumors are to be believed, he could be the reason that Reikland is facing such, such nastiness, right? So we'll keep an eye on the situation as it continues out there, but we have our own situation right here to deal with. So let's get into this battle. Let's finish this rebellion and try to bring peace back to Reikland. After a year of campaigning, the Emperor looked upon the city of Ubersreik, a changed man. A man desperate for answers. It was, in fact, here that the rebellion had began, and where Mackinson and Frankenfurter had launched their conspiracy to unseat their prince and emperor. Here, Franz would find the answers as to why two men loyal to his father would suddenly declare him a threat to the very empire they all served. What could drive the Lord of Helmgart to abandon his duties, allowing a greenskin invasion to take hold within the realm of Reikland? But before any of this could be answered, the Emperor knew he had to take the city, and so would order his troops to do battle against their own one more time.
stop until they're all dead! We will kill them all! Ulrich Wolf, charge with us! Die, traitor! Don't give them an inch! My rule is absolute! Do not trust! It is against Sigmar's teachings! Cast magic against them! Sorcery!
And the rebellion has finally come to an end. And quite a bit of laurels from that victory as well. We've gained the gleaming pendant, or pennant, excuse me, which we will, I believe, use on our other Empire Knights that are not the Reiksguard. And with that, I think we're in pretty good shape. And we'll have to decide what to do with the with our fair rebel friends, I believe, in the next turn. That being said, let's take a look at what we can give
I command here.
as far as the next rank goes for all of our characters.
Ready.
So Karl Franz did fight in that battle. He put himself on the line, so we're going to give him Scarred Veteran. We're also going to continue to increase his skill with the troops, so he's going to get that Reassuring Presence as well.
Is it time?
And the reason I'm doing it this way is it harkens back to Medieval 2. So Medieval 2, depending on how you played your generals, it would kind of define their traits as well. If you had a general who sat back and watched, he would gain the title the Watcher. If you had a general who retreated all the time, he'd gain the title Lily-Livered, right? So and traits to go along with that. And I thought that was a really cool system and something that should have been carried forward that unfortunately was not really carried forward. There are trait systems, but it's more on who you defeat than your actions on the battlefield or off the battlefield. Now let's see. As far as Ludwig, he did a pretty good job in that battle, so we're going to continue giving him his props as the champion of the Emperor, but we're also going to give him training as well because the troops need it. And who better to learn from than the Emperor's champion himself? And then finally, Luther was very instrumental in that battle. He was the one who held off Reinhard von Mackensen's attempt to throw the troops from the walls himself. And so we're going to, though we can't unfortunately make him any tougher right now, we are going to go ahead and give him the cascading fire cloak, which will help enshroud his troops in defensive flames. Now, we will talk about the motivations of the rebellion when we have their when we have their hearing before the Emperor and decide what to do with them. I believe, however, that's going to be in our next episode, as I am running out of time in this episode. For now, well, it looks like Eilhart has fallen to Rorik Granidhand, and I am just curious what it's going to take to get that back from him. Because I can't imagine it's going to be cheap for us at all. Let's see. Trade settlement. Can I have Eilhart back? 112.5 in the negative. So it's going to be pretty difficult to get Eilhart back. If we joined his war, that wouldn't even budget under 100. So that's that's a lot. And it's because of the economic value of the settlement itself. So we'll have to work out something with the dwarfs to get that settlement back. Until then, we will have to make our move elsewhere. We could, in fact, start making a move towards Helmgart. And actually, since we're talking about it, let's do it.
To battle!
We're going to avoid going through the territory of Eilhart right now, even though it is our territory. Okay, and finally, we have a technology that needs to be researched. So we're going to invest in supply wagons to increase our movement range. And, well, I believe that is going to be it. We do have a building we can upgrade, so let's build one of these in City North. And of course, that's going to be because Aldebart is all about increasing the coffers of Altdorf. We'll talk a little bit more about him when the time comes, but right now I think we're in pretty good shape. Now, as far as Bogenhofen goes, I believe, yeah, we have orchards that we can build there, so that's what we're going to do. And now that should be it for this episode. So let me know what you guys think of the new, I shouldn't say new, of us taking a more narrative stance. I know we don't get quite as much done, but it is important to have an actual narrative in a thematic campaign. So, as always, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I look forward to speaking with you in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.